if I say this thing to you with a proof and guarantee that the quality of your life entirely depends on the quality of your mindset. Indirectly means that your mindset, your thinking, your thoughts decides your future, decides your life. Judge what you think, judge what your thoughts are, and listen to this thing very carefully. Your quality of your life depends on the quality of your mindset, and your mindsets are your thought, and your thought actually are your words. And your words actually are your actions. And your actions are your habits. And your habits decides your true character. And your character is your true destiny. Listen to this very carefully. Life, mindset. Mindset, thoughts. Thoughts, words. Words, actions. Actions, habits. Habits, character. Character, destiny. Indirectly means that if you want to improve your life, if you want to change your entire life, then you have to change your thinking, your thoughts. Not saying randomly anything. Even I'm having proof. Even if you go on internet and search this thing about what is quality of your life and what is quality of your mind, and even if you search that, is quality of your mindset is equals to quality of your life, then you will be shocked by knowing it is true and reason is clearly there. Now, let me just give you one example which you must have experienced and you're gonna relate it, and which actually proves that what is the quality of that person's life and mindset. So you must have all gone to the school, and in school there are three kind of category of the students. First, they are the students who are topper. Second, those are students who are average. And third are the students who are below average, who doesn't score much. So if you go and see the talks and conversation of the toppers, you will always find they're talking about their future, what they were going to take, which stream they were going to take in 11, science, bio, PCMB, PCM, arts. No, commerce. No, I want to be doctor, so PCB. NEET, I want to correct NEET, legitimately, in general. They're always talking about their future. They're talking about that, hey, in 8th standard, my this chapter will come. In 12th standard, this chapter will come. How to prepare? I will join this institute, this coaching. They're talking about that thing. Or they're just talking about the upcoming things like upcoming co-curricular activities, how they were going to participate. Or they're just talking about another test which will going to come. They're just talking about study, or something with what is their passion is, or they're talking about like they go to particular like academy, like they're going to badminton classes or karate classes or taekwondo, or they're talking about that thing, how they can go to state level of it, and national level. They're talking about that, hey, my sir taught me this thing. Is your sir taught you this thing of like karate or this secret punch or dot? They're always talking about that, something interesting, some kind of passion thing. And just by that conversation, you just get to know that, hey, they're students who are not like everybody. They're different, they're toppers, or they are intelligent. You have that idea just by their thoughts, just by their words. And then one more thing I have to tell you that hey, here I do not mean that hey, toppers are very superior students and the average are very dumb, don't know anything. No, that's not what my perspective is. My perspective is something very different. And here the average comes. When you go and see average students, they're not always talking about kind of. But when you will go and see the conversation and talks of average students and the students who are below average, you will observe this thing that their talks, their conversation are not same as toppers. They're talking about any random topic. They're talking about food. They're talking about, hey, what you bring to eat. They're just talking about that, any other thing. But they're not talking about something like some conversation like which toppers were doing. Or they're talking about what's the new brand have a launch of the pencil. Whoa, how many pens you're having. They're comparing how many pens you're having. I'm having more. Or they're just showing off. Like these are kind of things they're doing. Or they're just telling that, hey, my birthday is coming. I will bring this topies, that topies. Any random small topics they are taking, like my birthday is coming, I'm having this much amount of pen, you're having lesser. They're comparing in these all things. And this directly shows that thing that, hey, they are not same as toppers. They're having very bit small thinking. And that is what. And even if I tell you one great thing, that if you are having friend groups such like it, that who are having small thinking, very small thinking, like they do not want to grow much, or like they're having small thinking, they're talking small like that my birthday is coming, I bought this and fruit, oh I'm having more pens than you, I'm having this one glue for me, I'm having this box of this brand. They're talking small, talking about that. Not any kind of interesting topic like passion. They're not working on it. They're not like networking, not becoming friends of like good people, good students. Those who go to MUN. Those who are having great attitude, great future. They're not being, they're below average or average. And doesn't matter that if you're having even great talent, great passion, still you will not able to grow. Why? Let's say there is one seed of a great plant which actually can grow like their seed, which can actually be the tallest tree. And let's suppose I have put that seed in a pot and I close that. Doesn't matter I give water to that plant, that seed every day. But still, that seed cannot grow. Doesn't matter how big, how great spirit, how great talent and passion it has. Even genetically, it's made to be tallest. But still, it cannot be. Why? Friend group. Why? That pot is there. And so same thing is with you. You are having such an environment, such friend group. And that is what is the thing. And that's why you have must see toppers eating lunch with the people who are toppers, or eating lunch with the people, not people but student who are of higher classes, or who are student or who are higher classes and like they're literally very intelligent. Or they are eating lunch alone and they're not having such a great big friend group. No. That is not the same thing with them. And that is what is the thing. Look, their conversation is showing their mindset. And even you must have gone to weddings, you must have gone to anniversaries, you must have gone to parties or seminars. And obviously, it's not compulsory that you know everybody. And when you go there, if you do not know much people, you just observe those all people. And doesn't matter what that person is wearing, but still you judge that person by that how that person is sitting, how that person is talking to everybody. You judge that person. And just by that person's conversation, you get to know that person's thinking. By just that person's accent, you just get to know that how that person is. By this person's thinking, by this person's conversation, talks, what that person is saying, you just get to know that person's reality. You just get to know. Likewise, you must have seen kind of rich children, like how they are behaving. Here we are not taking off clothes what they're wearing, but rich children, you must have seen how they're behaving, how they're talking. You just automatically get to know that, hey, that student is rich enough. Because the way that the student is telling everything. You just get to know everything. And that is what is the thing. Likewise, if you take people like, big people like, big authorities like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, you see that they're not dressing up very fancy, everything. No, especially Mark Zuckerberg. They're not. They're very simply, humbly dressing up. But still, the way they are carrying their attitude, their character, their expressions, the way they're talking, if you go and listen to their speeches, oh my God, your mind will be blown and you will see that person as a different person. If you do not know that person already. Because their words are showing their actions, their mindset, their whole entire life. And likewise, you must have seen lots of people who are just randomly going on the footpath. You see lots of people are there. Or one person is there, suited, booted, you automatically have that thing that hey, that person must be rich. Not like just by suited booted, but the way that person is walking, carrying his attitude, talking, like always on a phone call, talking about money. That thing is common. That's why I'm taking it. You automatically get to know that thing, and that is what is the thing. You never met that person, but the words of that person, the attitude of that person is showing this all thing. And this is how much important is this thing. This thing is very common in India, especially in Indian aunties, that whatever, like every time for hours and hours they're talking that, hey, आज तो मेरी सब्जी में नमक ज़्यादा हो गया, oh, आज तो मेरे बच्चे मेरी टिंडे की सब्जी नहीं खा रहे. They're always talking about it. And whatever I have cooked, my children liked it and they haven't eaten till yet. And that's why I have to make different things for them. My child didn't drink milk. I'm forcing that my child again and again, but still not, he's not drinking milk. Today I put lots of salt on my vegetable which I made today. And it doesn't taste enough. What you made today? And they're just talking about it, or they're just gossiping. And just because of it, you get to know that aunties, that person's personality. Just by personality. And even if I tell you one great thing, there used to be one great human being. He was at a point like very authority human being. Sadly, that person is not now, but that person said this thing. I can actually get to know your future just by seeing your friend group. I just can get to know your future just by seeing your friend group. That authority, big authority, he was millionaire kind of person. That person said this thing, that I can get to know your future, the next step of yours, just by getting to know and seeing you or watching your friend group. Can you imagine that thing? Friend group matters this much. The seed thing I just told you. And that is what is the thing. And that is what is the thing. And even still, and even just to know the power of thinking, the power of mindset. A book is also written. So many books. One of the bestseller book is Think and Grow Rich. It shows the actual power of your mindset and your thinking. Think and grow rich. Just because of how you think, it decides your future and it can make you rich. And even in the real life, I have done this experiment that I actually entered my newly 7th standard. So I just decided that this year I will not gonna eat lunch with, in lunch we can go to our playground and eat lunch with our friends. So I just decided that I will go and experience eating lunch with lots of people, lots of students. From toppers to the students who are not that much good at studies. And you know what I observed? I never expected that this is actually how the thing works. I actually went to eat the lunch with people who are students who are not that much good enough. They were actually again and again talking about that. Hey, look what that person is doing. Oh, look at that person's lunch just fell down. Look. I went, my mom made this thing. They're just talking about that. Hey, tomorrow is my birthday. That, hey, teacher is really bad. Teacher do not know how to just teach. They're just gossiping, taking any small topic. They are then saying that, hey, my best friend ate my toffee. They're like any random topic they're taking and they're just talking about it. And when I went to average student, they were talking about good topics, but not that much. Some of them were also gossiping. Some of them were talking about their passion. Some of them were okay, not that much good thinking. And when I went to the student who were comes in the category of toppers, they were talking about studies, passion of them. There's one girl in my class who goes to basketball, so she was talking about that how this thing began, and she's talking about that. Hey, soon I will go to international level, state level. I have to practice. Recently I've learned this thing. What do you learn? Sure, your experience. They were talking like this. And they were like, every student were there. They were like also talking about the thing that, hey, sooner this opportunity is coming. Recently, I will go to this this co-curricular activities. Oh, annual function is coming, so I will participate on it. Will you also come? Will you also gonna come? So there was also club activity. So she also asked to everybody that, hey, what will you gonna take? Which club will you gonna choose? So they all were like talking like this in this way. And even I also noticed that thing, those all toppers were the students actually who didn't actually bring money to eat those all canteen food. Most of them aren't, even on their birthdays. But when it comes to average, when it comes to below average, they were actually having that script, not that script, but a date fixed that, hey, at this date, that student will bring. And I was like, oh, really this thing works like it? And that is what is the thing. This much matters, your mindset. And if you actually want to know that, okay, great, mindset consists of our thoughts, thinking, but I've also heard something like conscious mind. I've also heard something like subconscious mind. I've also heard something like third mind is also there, left brain is also there, right brain is also there, superconscious mind is also there. But how it decides our future? And if we were going to study that, how everything can be changed. And you know, just by words, you can get to know that person's whole entire mindset and future. So that's why I prefer you to watch this video, which is actually conscious, subconscious, and superconscious mindset. Your mind will be blown by getting to know these things, because that contains a real value. In this video, I've talked about I've given lots of examples of Indian aunties, majority, school system, big people, authorities like Elon Musk, just by words and just by thinking how they've changed everything. So that is what life, mindset, thoughts, words, action, habits, character, and your destiny. Do not forget this thing. Your whole life depends on your mindset. Do not take this thing granted. It matters, and matters a lot more than you think. Until then, keep creating great changes. That's why at every end of my video, I start saying this thing that, hey, keep creating great changes. And you can only create great changes only if you're having great mindset. So, are we ready to create great changes in your life by using your mindset? No other option is there, by the way.